here from the Dark Imp, helping parents reclaim family time by playing board games together. Now, I've been doing a few videos in a sort of series around the metagame. The metagame being the more important game that parents are continually playing. The game of trying to get our children to the table, get our children playing games and making that a really positive and nourishing and happy experience for the whole family. I will put the link below to the introduction to the metagame, and there are other videos in this series, so do have a look at them. Today I want to talk about how you can best offer help and advice to your children. It's an area fraught with problems, and it's a pit that we can so easily fall down. When we're teaching our children how to play games, or when we're playing games with our children, we really can see mistakes that they're about to make and want to give them a bit of help and advice, but that doesn't always go down very well. Now, most parents will have experienced the fact that often our children would like to learn from anyone else except the parents. And part of the reason for that is because we have a relationship that's complicated. It's not a teacher-student relationship. The parent-child relationship is one which is fueled with emotion and past experiences and expectations. And it's very hard for parents to stay objective and have that distance that the teacher-student relationship requires. It's also really hard for children because fundamentally our children want to impress us. And by showing weakness or by showing that they need help, that can be really hard, and that goes against them wanting to impress us. So it's hard for children to accept advice. It's hard for parents to give advice being as objective as possible and emotionless as possible. So what can we do? How can we help without causing problems? How can we make sure that our children still feel comfortable and in control of the situation? Well, firstly, don't give advice unless you've asked for it, unless it's been asked for. You can say, would you like some help? But if they say no, don't give your advice anyway, and try to ask if they want advice before you give it. Secondly, avoid deconstructing a child's decision in a game after the fact. So a child has made a decision, you think, oh, that was a bad move, and I'm going to tell you why. And here are all the problems that you might have as a result of that mood. Deconstructing things after the fact, unless it's totally asked for, is a bad idea and will cause friction. So try and avoid that. Wherever possible, and this is almost always possible, allow children to make their own decisions. Good games now have multiple decision points for players, and there are therefore many times in which you may think that your child has made a poor decision. But allowing children to make their own decisions enables them to develop their own strategies and learn from their mistakes, and that's really important. Give your advice lightly. Make sure that your children know that your opinion is only one opinion. It's an opinion like theirs. So just say, well, I might do this, but, that's just my opinion. You might have an equally good idea. That allows them to save face. Emphasise that their decision isn't easy, and that there are lots of equally valid options that they could take. And you could even map out some of those options for them and say, well, yeah, I think any of these decisions would be reasonable for these reasons. So that backs up any decision they're going to take and reinforces it. Play down your own expertise. Make sure they know that you are a player, they're a player, you're just learning this game or haven't played it very often, just like them. There's no reason why your decision would be any better than their decision. So make sure you sit alongside them rather than towering over them, at least metaphorically and physically. So make sure that they know that they're on a level with you not below you or less important or less expert in this game than you. Boost your child's own belief in their own ability. Remind them of when they've made great decisions in the past, when they've won previous games, or when they've just had a good decision that has brought them some new resources or opened up a new area on the board. Remind them that they're perfectly capable of making this decision, that they have the ability to do so. Give opportunities for your children to save face. You might want to preface any advice you give with, oh, you will have already thought of this, but la 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 la. Or you'll know this already, and such and such and such and such. So yeah, the child can then say, yeah, I know, exactly, yeah, you're right, I do know that. So they're agreeing with you, they do know that, and it gives them an opportunity to save face, so they don't look like they're taking your advice. Support and reinforce any decision that the child makes within the game. Say, yep, that's a pretty good choice, and boost them. Show them that you think that they've made a good choice, even if you don't. So there's some ideas about how you can offer help and advice without it becoming complicated and messy and explosive. These ideas are in my book, The Board Game Family, so do take a look. And of course there's loads more stuff in there as well. Check out the rest of the metagame series, and there'll be more videos on this topic at another point.